Hey everybody, welcome back to Last Night in Vegas. I'm your host, Brian Ortega, and in this week's episode, we're going to be talking about PopStroke. PopStroke is the new mini golf experience here in Las Vegas. It's located at Town Square, which is just south of Las Vegas Boulevard. Las Vegas Strip in particular. But this is something that was put together by Tiger Woods and the PGA, or his company, Tiger Woods specifically. But this is a brand new experience that you can find on the south end of the Strip, and I actually ended up going a couple weeks ago and found out that I never talked about it. So this is sort of a departure from our sort of new structure, and we're thinking about how the new structure is working. I think people like it. It's very labor intensive, I have to say, but that's why I haven't kind of done one in a while. But we're going to be jumping on talking about PopStroke, which is a really great idea for so many different types of people, because Vegas, for the longest time, did not have any mini golf that was outdoors. And that was one thing that I'd been missing doing here in Las Vegas. So I'll be talking about PopStroke here on Last Night in Vegas. Okay, everybody, so welcome back. So we're going to be talking about PopStroke. So PopStroke itself is a very high-end mini golf. I would say it's a more challenging type of mini golf course. It's very cool. It looks very, very high-end. The turf is really nice. They have little sort of makeshift bunkers that is still turf, but it's rougher. But PopStroke itself is actually a really cool spot for dates. It's really good for families. It's good for groups. It's good for kids, which I don't know how you can wrap up all those things in one thing in Las Vegas, and this is absolutely phenomenal. So it actually was built on the space of an old parking lot in Town Square. Not really old, just a parking lot. So it's actually very big. It's actually two 18-hole courses. They have an easy side and a more challenging side. I believe the easy side is the black side, and the blue course is the tougher side. So little rundown. So for the pricing, because that's always important. So the pricing for PopStroke does vary depending on what day you go. Also depends on if you're a local, a kid, so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and take a look. So on the weekends, it is more expensive. So on the weekends, it's $45 for adults, $40 for locals, $27 for kids, that's 3 to 12 years old. Seniors, 60 plus, is $36. And then military is also $36. If you go during the week, it's about $5 cheaper. So adults are $40, locals are $35, kids are 3 to 24. Sorry, kids 3 to 12 are $24. Seniors are $32. Same thing with military. So this place does have the mini golf, but it also does have a restaurant connected to it and a couple bars. They actually have a bar in the center of the mini golf course, so it's actually nice that you can walk up. They also have a cocktail waitress that will come to a particular hole and then get your drink and then return it to you, or get you your drink whenever you're at the next hole. So it's really cool. It's actually a pretty good size. It is a little bit smaller than other mini golf places, and it doesn't have all those crazy mini golf style things like a lighthouse in the middle, or water and all that good stuff, which would be cool. But I do get why you don't do it, because this is a very unique sort of mini golf experience. You can keep score, which is nice. They do have big giant TV jumbotrons around, which honestly, if you're trying to watch a game while you're doing that, it's actually going to be really hard anyways. You can also keep score on your phone. They do have an app that you can download and use. I didn't really use it. So the restaurant, I have gone there. I went there actually alone one time just to go sit at the bar, have a drink, and then I went to the movies after. Really great, actually. They actually have really good TVs. You sometimes probably have to tell people what channel to put, just because it doesn't feel like it's like a sports bar. It feels like it's a bar that has TVs at it because they have to, and it's fine. Their drinks are good. They're fine. The food itself is also pretty run-of-the-mill, sort of bar and grill style. I had the wings. The wings are big wings, but not my favorite. But honestly, I probably won't go here to eat. I'd probably go here to drink, maybe have a good time with some friends. If I want to be outside but have shade, it's actually a really good thing for that. They also have a nice outdoor sitting area with turf. They have what is the thing called? Oh my goodness, it's escaping me right now. They have ping pong, so they have actual ping pong, and then they also have the thing where you throw the bags. what do you call it? Those bags. Man, I'm gonna forget. So, anyways, moving on. So, I actually went there on a date, which is actually the reason why I wanted more mini golf because I think mini golf is a great date. So, I actually met my date there, and this is a great thing for. I would say like it could be a really good first date. It could be a really good second date. Overall, it's really good because if you're somebody who is good at golf, it is fun because you can show off, that you're good at it. But also, even if you're not good at golf, it's very, very approachable. Like you are able to go and just hit the ball, and it's not going to go like out of this world. They do a good job of the course of really making sure you don't shoot too bad of a score. But it is really fun. You could take your own golf clubs, but like why? Like why give me your own putter? It's like taking your own golf clubs to Top Golf. Like don't do it. But we met there, walked up, paid for the rate. The cool thing about the rates for this particular experience is that when you pay it, you get it for the entire day. So you can go at like 10 o'clock in the morning, pay $35, and you get to use the PopStroke mini golf course the entire day until midnight, essentially. So you can probably do it multiple times. We only actually did. It was actually a pretty busy night. This place does get quite busy even during the week. It does get pretty packed. Like you are waiting to have to play the next hole, which is a little bit annoying. I think it's good and bad. It's good because you're able to just walk in and then just start playing right away. But I think it would be a nicer experience if you were able to schedule times to be able to go. But that can sometimes be annoying as well because then if they don't have the time you want, then you won't go. So I totally get sort of the predicament that they're in. So I think it's okay that they do just walk up and start whenever you want. I think it's completely fine. So we ended up going. We'd have to wait sort of like in front of people. We had a big group in front of us, like 6 people. That's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. It's just sort of like the luck of the draw. I recommend as a golf person that if you are a larger group and you have a group of 2 people in front of you, it's probably better if you just let the 2 people go in front of you and then a group of 4 go next, just because it's just going to go much, much faster. Obviously, you can't judge, you can't tell people what to do, but that's sort of like what I have to say about that. But overall, really high quality, the entire space. They have really nice lights for nighttime. I think this is a fantastic nighttime activity to do in Vegas during the summertime, just because, again, it is a little hot. So during the daytime, there is no real shade when you are on the mini golf course. But for like the bars and the restaurant, the stand-up bar, that all does have shade. So just keep that in mind. But this is definitely going to be a very popular spot in the evening because of the sun factor to it. But other than that, they also have an ice cream parlor on the inside, which you can just get ice cream, take it with you and go. They do have alcoholic beverages because it is a bar, obviously. But overall, I think this is actually a great place for dates. It's a great place for kids because for the kids, they do have different sizes in terms of the putters, and you are able to sort of go at your own pace. No one really judges you. It is a little bit hard. This is actually a much harder mini golf course than I thought it would be, but I thought it actually did a really good job of sort of being easy enough for a beginner, but being difficult enough for a more advanced golfer. So that's what I have to say. But I would say make friends. We actually were really nice with the people that were behind us. The group in front of us just, no thank you. But the group behind us was actually also nice because they were also on a date as well. So I think this place is really great for dates. But with kids, I think it's a really good idea as well. Obviously, it can get quite expensive because if you have, 3 kids and they all want to play, that's 24 times 3. You're looking at, $92, I want to say. I'm bad at math, guys. Remember this. We all know this. I think I got it right, though. $92. So it can be quite expensive, plus yourselves. So now you're looking at, 40, 24 times 3. It's a lot. So this is a quite expensive endeavor, especially if you have children. But I think it is definitely worth it. Again, like I said, the menu itself, the menu's okay. The menu does have things like wings. They have burgers. They have fries. They also have like pizzas, which are a huge deal. Let me go ahead and actually pull up the menu, which I know everybody loves. My mom hates when I do that. But they also have tacos. They also have pizza. And, of course, they have all the things I mentioned, like chicken fingers, fries. They do have a little bit of barbecue on the menu as well. So just kind of depending on what mood you're in. But I think this is actually one of the better activities to do in town. And I really, really enjoyed having a good time. I really had a good time here. I would recommend that if you do go, that you end up sitting at the bar if you're, an adult, just because your service is much, much faster. I did find that they do have a lot of trouble when you are sitting sort of like in a regular table space, that especially when it is busy, they kind of forget about you. So I recommend that you go and sit at the bar. It's just much, much faster service. I had good cocktails. I thought the cocktails were actually quite good. They're very light. They're very fun. They're very bright colored. So I think that's great for people who like things like vodka, who like tequila. They make really, really good mixed drinks at the bar itself. But it does depend. It really depends on the type of person that you get that's making your drinks, just like any other bar in town. A fun little sort of thing to know about is that they actually let you get. So you pay for yourself and then whoever else you're with, but then you get to pick out a ball, which is actually quite nice. So they have a nice cool ball that says PopStroke Vegas. It actually has a nice little line on it. I'm acting like I don't play golf. It is a TaylorMade brand because Tiger Woods is sponsored by TaylorMade. So they do sponsor it. They have different colors, like mine is red. The person I went with got a pink ball, which is quite nice. They also have blue, green, all sorts of stuff. But they are open 7 days a week. They're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, of course. They're open from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. So they're basically open most of the day. How long does it take to go through? Of course, it depends on how many people are doing the experience. For us, the sun was up. So I want to say it was about 6:30. I remember it was 6:30. So it was about 6:30. We ended up leaving about, what time was it? We went to dinner after. It was about 8 o'clock. So it was about 8:30 or 8 o'clock when we were done with our sort of like putting experience. So it took about an hour and a half because by the time we met at 6:30 and then we started sort of golfing around 6:45, 7. And then by the time we were done, it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours, but it was busy. So again, just take that into account when you go. I would recommend if you end up doing this, it's actually a really good idea to spend a lot of time here to make it worth your while, because for two people at locals rate, that's, $70, which, I mean, it's kind of a lot, to be honest. But if you order food and all the other stuff on top of it, it's going to be like a $150 date at that point. We didn't eat there. We ended up going and eating someplace else, but it's probably worth it if you end up going to PopStroke to go golf first, maybe have drinks, and then golf first. And then you do the first course, and if you're planning on doing the second course, which I highly recommend because why not do it? They say it's hard, but what's going to happen? Are you trying to make the tour? No. So go first, play the easy hole, go have some drinks, maybe have some food, dinner, lunch, whatever, and then finish the other part of the course, so the other 18-hole course. So I think that might be a really good way of approaching this. So that's just sort of my take on it. Other than that, I really love PopStroke. There's another place called Swingers that's going to be opening soon at the Mandalay Bay. But what I really enjoy about PopStroke is that it's outdoors. And I know it sounds silly, but being an outdoor mini golf place is such a difference. Indoor mini golf just seems so cramped, and I'm not a fan of that. I really like the old. It just feels very close to what I mini golfed back home in Tucson, is the outdoor mini golf, which is fun. So they have Swingers opening. Another really fun thing to do in town is also to do darts, and that's at Flight Club at the Venetian, but that will be a totally different pod that we'll do for that at some point. Maybe I'll do cool summertime activities. I think that would be fun. They also have a playground, which I did not know they had a playground here. But overall, I think this is a great place for, dates, a really good place for a group outing. Really fantastic for a group outing, too. I actually had a couple of friends who went here, and they went super late at night. I don't know if I recommend that. But they went at nighttime, and they actually were able to play both courses in less than an hour and a half. But again, it's not as busy at that time. But if you're with your roommates or whatever, this is great. So overall, I had a really fantastic experience at PopStroke and would recommend this to anybody who's coming to Vegas that has kids and wants to do something. I think this is an absolutely fantastic thing to do in town, just because the quality of the course and the quality of the space that you're at is really top tier, and I don't really see anything like it in town at the moment. So highly recommend PopStroke. I know this was a shorter episode, but hopefully we'll be returning with more things in store for you now that we have somebody else to go do these things with. It's a teaser for everybody. So, anyways, this was Last Night in Vegas. Feel free to give us a follow at conciergeconfidential_LV or me personally, Brian_Ortega26 to see what we're doing in town. So again, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Really love it. If you see me out in town, come say hello. And remember, keep it confidential.